Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Toonkind at 12 FPS. This is Breaking New Ground. I am Oatmeal, and I'll be playing the Professor today. And with me is a lovely friend.
Hi, I'm Avi. My bones are popping so loudly. I am hoping it doesn't catch on recording. I'll be playing Detective Shiro Azumi.
Yeah, so there's been this idea kind of going around like casual conversations and like Maria's group chat. Describe to us how this idea kind of developed.
Oh my god.
I mean, we know how it
So
started.
yeah, a long time ago. Oh god, it must have been years now. I don't want to think about that. A long time ago, Leo had a funky little dream about Azumi being a farmer, and then it spiraled into reality, uh, where Azumi just said, "Fuck it, we'll make a garden."
Mm-hmm.
So after years and years of planning this greenhouse slash garden, um, they're finally starting to build that up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So today we're just doing literal groundwork. Because you've got to, sort of break up the soil and lay out a plot. Um, there's a uh, there's going to be a sort of like a temporary structure greenhouse type deal, portable sort of deal
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like kind of step one for the greenhouse part of this.
Mhm.
That'll be for like starters, little seeds and sprouts, um, until we can actually get the materials for like an actual proper greenhouse.
Yeah.
Uh,
Building an actual greenhouse is gonna take a while, and a lot of the members of the Leighton Plus household are of weak constitution.
yeah. So at least today, the digging part is mostly Azumi and Professor. Um,
Mhm.
Other people can help with it, but for right now, it's just them. Um,
For now.
yeah, for now. Um, but yeah, uh, the professor does have a lot of equipment, so I think he would probably move the ellipsis to the garage in order to um, just kind of take some of his gardening equipment out into the backyard. Um, because it's kind of a pain to buy all new stuff. Like they can. He's Azumi's probably been gifted a few things already. Maybe like a trowel and like
Yeah, like smaller stuff.
yeah. But like it's the sort of deal where it's like you might want three different types of shovels depending on what you're doing, and they're all gonna be worth a chunk of change. So if you can borrow one, that's great.
Sorry, the thought my brain had is that Professor's really not beating the dad allegation.
Nah. Nah.
But it's fun because like it is the sort of thing where Azumi knows he's kind of a little out of his element.
Mm-hmm.
He's done a lot of research for this.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he has that doesn't mean he's put it into any like actual use.
Yeah. Yeah. Not yet. But we'll be starting some of that today. So,
Yeah.
so, yeah, Professor will have brought some equipment out, and, honestly, just because, like, uh, I don't know how you till, I guess with a hoe?
Yeah.
Without, like, an actual rototiller, because my family always used a rototiller. Um, for anything bigger than, like, a few square feet, so... I think the professor would have one.
Uh I'm trying to think.
I'll see if I can pull up a pic.
uh I think because they are doing like actual garden work,
Mm-hmm.
Zumi's not in his
Usual outfit.
usual outfit, not the
Mm.
old man attire. He's actually wearing a t-shirt for once.
Nice.
Um
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's like a push machine. It's like instead of a lawnmower on the bottom, like there's a, sort of distinctive motor shape, um, and chunky wheels, and behind that, under a casing, is some like serious blades.
ooh gosh. So are they using this or just regular hose?
I'd like if they use that. It's fun. They can use hose if you want, but
I'm good with whatever.
okay.
Azumi is going to die either way.
Uh-huh.
Like I like I said, it's been forever since I've opened up Azumi's character sheet. I forgot that I gave him a -1 in strength. He's going to die.
He's got the belt though, doesn't he?
I actually don't remember if I got it for him. Let me double check
Oh.
his equipment. I do not have his equipment.
Oh dear.
Open.
Nah. Because I could have sworn he had a belt of giant strength or something.
Gauntlets of ogre power.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, he no longer has -1 strength.
Nice. Yeah. So, uh, I think the professor will, after probably kind of rambling about the equipment, and looking over the area that's been plotted out for them, probably with some help from the twins because it is their yard.
Yeah.
Um, hands Azumi one of the shovels. Would you like to start?
All right. Um, I'm trying to. They're just like digging the actual like the soil so they can actually start planting stuff, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Probably just want to give it go around the perimeter, and then the rest can mostly just be rototilled over.
Hmm. Yeah. In that case, Azumi's just kind of like quietly starting that
Mm-hmm.
entire work.
Yeah. Professor will probably take a different corner and start from there. So, how have you been lately?
Fairly well, I suppose. Hang on, I have to bully an audience member real quick. Okay. Fairly well, I suppose.
I heard it's been kind of quiet with regard to, well, at least extreme cases.
Oh, at the very least, there hasn't been anything big. But still the murder cases. Thank you, Camille. And some other things here and there.
Mm-hmm.
They did forget to give the ladies a proper hello. I'm sorry. I also forgot. We could just say that it happened before they started. It's fine. It's fine. They did it before they started.
Yeah. They absolutely said hello to Leo's birds. It was important. Yes, did have to derail.
The ladies are important.
Hmm.
And you? Have you done any traveling lately?
Um. Hmm. Not a lot. Just. Hmm. Mostly just going sort of back and forth across Inkwell, showing Jera and Terry different places. I have taken a few detours. I ended up in the strangest place while I was fiddling with something in the ellipsis. Um, I think I ended up in a goddess's domain.
He kind of like stops with the shovel and just kind of looks up at you and raises a brow. How'd you manage that?
Wrong setting.
That laugh is in character. He is making fun of you.
He just sort of makes a face. Well, it was, I can understand why it wouldn't normally allow me to go there, because it seemed it wasn't exactly, ideal for, ideal conditions for, mortal life. Uh, it was kind of oppressive.
How so?
Just the atmosphere. It was. Time was. Wrong. It was both timeless and all times happening at once. Very disorienting. But, well, the, occupant was surprised that I was able to. Well, that I was still alive, but, did manage to get me back to the, ellipsis. Um,
Just like that. No trouble.
He just kind of shrugs. uh, I think I amused her, so.
In terms of deities, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, it can certainly be either. But, well, in this case, instead of being amused by watching me die, she was concerned enough to return me to my ship. So, I'll take that as a win.
Yes, well, at least we didn't need to get Satomi to hunt down another god for sport.
Yes, thankfully that won't be necessary. Hmm. Not much other than that.
How are Jer and Terry taking to Uncle then?
Very well, I think. Um, Jera much more easily, I think, than Tari, but I expected that. Um, she likes the place. She's kind of uh, finding out where she can be nosy and where it's probably best not to. She seems to particularly enjoy the sort of excitement of Toontown.
She does seem to time.
Hmm. Although the crimes here do also intrigue her. Although it seems that some of them are sort of straightforward enough. Or, no, maybe it's not that they're straightforward, because some of them are certainly not that. I think it's. There's so many detectives that they don't stay unsolved long enough for a particularly interesting story. At least for a journalist.
I apologize for keeping things boring then.
Don't. No, it's probably for the best. Terry, on the other hand, he's been adjusting.
He did seem to be struggling his first day, at least.
Yes, that was probably the worst shock. Um, but he's gotten better.
That's good.
Yes. I think he's been avoiding Toontown, actually, because,
I do not blame him.
partially because it's so active. Um, and, well, he did almost get hit with a falling piano, so first impression wasn't ideal.
I've just come to accept that Toontown is just like that with first impressions.
Hmm, I think you're
I
right.
hmm.
Weren't you found in an alleyway in Toontown?
By 12 birds.
Goodness. Do you still keep in touch with them?
Yes, actually. They still let me stay at their apartment from time to time.
Hmm. Oh, nice.
They're a bit chaotic, though.
Hmm.
Even for Toontown. From what I've heard, they also have a contract with one of the directors at Dodo Studio, but I'm not sure
Oh.
how much I believe that.
Huh. Hmm. That's interesting. They're not owls, are they?
They're pros. Well,
Oh. Well, I have seen a few crows as extras in a few of the engineer's older movies, but also in some of the new movies that they collaborate on.
hmm.
But then it could also be completely different crows, so. Hmm. Curious.
They are a curious bunch.
12 of them.
12 of them in one apartment.
So. The first thing that you did when. The first thing that happened when you came to. Well, came to in Toontown was encounter a murder.
Yes, I suppose it was.
Hmm. No new news from Yedo, I suppose? Any further developments?
Not much. But I do intend to go back soon.
Hmm. The gang has been holding down the fort over there?
Well, yes, but from what I've heard, their leader back. If only if words, if only for a specific case that prompted up.
Ah, I see. You know, once we get this thing going, maybe we can, uh, well, maybe if, uh, your friends from over there visit again, we can invite, what was her name? Harumi?
Ah, Kisato-san, yes.
Yes, yes, to see the garden.
I think she would be delighted.
Hmm. Probably have a few tips for us.
And I wouldn't be surprised if she left us with some seeds either.
Hmm.
You know, her company does genetically modify their own vegetable seeds.
Really?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, the ones she raises are the ones that technically weren't approved for mass production. So
Um,
it really is just her own passion project.
oh, that's very interesting. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder which Yiddish plants would do well here. Probably, probably some of the sort of hardier ones, delicate ones that I don't know. Hmm. Do you know what you'll start with? Uh, Vegetables, flowers, herbs, mix.
I've thought about it. Definitely starting with some things that are mostly local to Anquil, of course, but
Hmm.
do believe I'm trying to think of what would be a hardy plant. Turnips?
Oh, for sure.
Turnips, radishes,
Carrots.
carrots. Um, probably he probably would try to grow a rosemary bush.
Ah,
Because you know how wild those can get.
raspberry bush or rose bush? Which one?
Rosemary.
Rosemary. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds like a good uh, collection. It's always nice to have a few um, edible plants because then you can, uh, well, when cooking, you can get something about as fresh as it's going to get.
That was the idea, yes. I know Sleeper also asked me to include sunflowers.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Those are those are fairly easy to grow. If they do take up, they're rather big, but
That is the issue, yes.
you could probably just do a few, maybe a small row.
Kind of nods in agreement.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, thankfully, there's doesn't seem to be a ton of uh, rocks in here, nor clay.
Oh, thank God.
Hmm. Nothing too terribly uh, difficult to deal with, and no large tree roots either. This really is a good spot.
Hmm. Didn't the twins try to get me to grow another tree as well?
Hmm.
Might have been an orange tree. I don't think I'm going to do that yet.
Well, that's all right. Well, I think Sleeper's vote would be on an apple tree.
Of course.
Hmm. Well, for this amount of space, tree is kind of a commitment.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a garden, not an orchard.
Ugh, I'm not about to do that to Leo's backyard.
No.
And if I included a tree, it would be one that is decent enough for a tire swing, because I believe I was also asked about that as well.
Ah, I see. That sounds fun. Hmm. I'm sure if you wanted to grow some trees, Aurelia would probably let you borrow some part of her garden. She's got more than enough space.
Oh, I don't doubt it. She did seem interested in this garden as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, she won't mind sharing.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. I think the professor is quiet for a bit and quiet for a bit longer, and it's kind of conspicuous.
Azumi, not looking up, goes, "You have something on your mind."
Yes. Um, I wondered if I could ask you a serious question.
Kind of like pauses in the work again and just kind of looks up at you.
Yeah, the professor also pauses. Mm, it's. I wondered if you would be. If you would consider perhaps. Um, being family?
So, like, the longer it took Professor to get that out,
Uh-huh.
the more Azumi's brow raised.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then you just ask him
Uh-huh.
about being family,
Uh-huh.
and he visibly startles.
Uh-huh.
And I want you to imagine he's not attuned, but I want you to
Mm-hmm.
imagine a buffering wheel.
Yeah, that's fair. The professor's just kind of anxiously gripping the shovel. He's not especially good at this.
Neither is Azumi.
That's fair.
I think after a second, like once it finally registers that you're being serious,
Mm-hmm.
he just goes, "You you want to be family with me?"
That was the idea. If, I mean, I know we, a long time ago, discussed, kind of accidentally, but
I, he kind of forces himself to stop before he says anything stupid.
mm-hmm.
Um, you see him close his eyes, grit his teeth, and take a sharp breath
Mm-hmm.
before he slowly lets it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just kind of lets him have his minute because he knew that this wasn't going to be easy for Azumi either. If you want to think about it, that's okay. You don't.
I, I am thinking about it. I don't. I don't think the answer is no.
Okay. He looks slightly encouraged. All right.
That kind of soft laughing is kind of in character. He just goes, I think I need to sit down.
Oh, okay. Yes. uh, they'll probably. There's a bench in the back, I'm pretty sure.
Audience, please confirm. Luna, stop clawing at me.
Like a bench or a picnic table or something. Nice. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they'll go over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. Professor sits and just kind of like uh, fidgets. He's just doing some sort of idle
Professor's
motion.
what? Huh?
Goes and fidgets, just so does some sort of idle motion.
Yeah, I want you to imagine Azumi sitting there, elbows on his knees,
Mm-hmm.
head in his hands, kind of rubbing at his face a little bit.
Yeah. Mm.
It's it's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's just a little overwhelmed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
uh and Professor knows enough about him to probably guess why.
Yeah. Yeah. They both have some bad history. Um. Yeah. This is. Yeah. There's a reason why, like, for context, for anybody who didn't listen to the way long time ago FPS, um, there was a sort of misunderstanding with wording, and the Azumi for a moment thought that the professor was um, offering to be his father, uh, and was like, that's not something I can do. And the professor was like, oh, that's not what I meant, but also, yeah, that's not something I could do either. But that's several years ago, so they've both had some character development since then, which is
Yeah.
why the professor was remotely uh, considering asking this.
Yeah.
But
Oh god.
yeah, no. But that said, like, uh, I think who has Azumi sort of let into his life in that manner? Just is it just Camille, or do the others
So
count him as brothers?
so far, the only two technically official ones
Mm.
are Camille
Mm-hmm.
and Jubilee.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Leo is already there. They just haven't talked about it officially.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Um, and Arata already knows uh that Azumi has a rough history with that sort of thing. So he's letting Azumi come
Mm.
to terms with that before they even talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think part of the issue here is that you are definitely an adult figure.
Right, that's very different.
Yeah.
That's his trauma was not with siblings or, peers. It was with older parental figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a different dynamic. I'm gonna roll to see if Professor is still anxious or if he's calmed down.
Yeah.
eh. Alright, he's still a little bit anxious. That was a 7 on a whiz save. It's not,
Yeah,
it could be worse, but
it could be worse.
yeah.
Um, I think either way, Azumi's just kind of like, I don't know what to say.
That's alright. Um,
I, hmm. Sorry, Luna hopped in my lap and
oh,
she keeps trying to nip at my arm.
Luna.
It is very distracting. Um, he's just kind of
If you um, want to ask clarifying questions, you, if that would help.
How long have you been thinking about this?
Um, since the beginning of my recovery from the kidnapping.
Right, right. Does that make sense?
wasn't really something I let myself entertain the thought of before then.
No, you didn't strike me as the type.
Hmm.
What are you, are you offering for a specific role, or?
Hmm. Only if... Hmm. Not exactly. If you wanted to have one, I'd be open to it. Uh, Tome was pretty set on um, being siblings. But for most people, just just family. That's all. No particular title.
Then he kind of lets out a sigh and nods.
Hmm.
I, hmm. I think I would like that, yes.
he he puts his arm around Azumi's shoulders.
Yeah, okay. He's gonna lean into you.
Aw. Yeah, Professor will just lean back as well and just smile. He's not speaking, but it's not hard to see that he's very happy with this answer.
I'm gonna roll something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped my dice. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Uh, yeah,
Hmm.
Sumi's holding back tears.
Aww. Aww. I think Professor will just scoot close and give him a proper hug.
he kind of looks back and he says, all this time I never thought it would happen.
Well,
Oh, Zumi, you can't just hand me heartbreaking things to say,
aw.
buddy. This is... Is this what being wanted feels like?
Yes. Yes, dear.
Then after a moment, he's kind of just like, joking, of course. He's just, God, I hate you for making me cry.
Oh. I think he just strokes his hair. Chuckles.
Do you want to roll a quick perception?
Yeah.
Just to see how much of a vibe check Prof can get from holding a Zumi.
Yeah. Let's see here. My perception is... that's the wrong channel, but that is a 22.
Damn, that's real good. He is in your arms, though, so it makes sense. Azumi obviously just said he's crying right now, but when he said he was overwhelmed, it is kind of obvious now that you're hugging him. He is shaking.
Yeah.
He doesn't quite know what to do with all that yet, but it's fine. Also, you're petting his hair, essentially. Nobody's done that in years.
Aww. Yeah.
You can kind of imagine the kind of
Memories that evokes.
kind of, not only that, but also how he kind of just sinks further into you,
Mm-hmm.
like curls further into the hug.
Yeah.
Um, Professor, it brings to mind uh, a black and white memory of a little boy with
Mm.
red strings tied around him.
Yeah. Oh. So.
He's doing great.
No. It's alright, dear.
Well, so much for working on the garden, I suppose.
Well, that's alright. We can always get back to that later. Hmm.
I've known you for years now, and yet you still manage to find ways to surprise me.
Hmm.
For what it's worth, though. Thank you.
Thank you. Gosh, you know, I asked both Tome and Arata about this.
Did you?
I was worried.
Well, I suppose you had every reason to be.
Well,
Not exactly used to the idea.
that's true. But that's alright. Even if you'd said no, I would have wanted you to know.
I don't. I don't think I'm the kind of person who would say no anymore.
Hmm.
I think you might have had something to do with that.
Maybe just a little bit.
Just just a smidge.
Hmm. Certainly got Camille to thank as well for that.
Undoubtedly.
Mm. I'm so happy.
You and me both. It's so funny
Mm.
because Azumi is so overwhelmed. He's trying to search for something to say, and he keeps cycling back to saying something along the lines of, like, "I hate you for doing this." Like, and he just keeps backpedaling, like, "No, no."
Aw.
He's trying. He's not good at it.
Yeah, audience has a point. This is how Izumi shows his love, by saying that he hates you and you suck. I think there's in one of the games that there's some line where I, I think it was these two. Azumi said like, "I hate you," and Professor said, "I love you too."
There might have been Shattered Reflections.
Maybe.
One of those games. One of the games in that campaign. Fuck.
Mm.
Now I don't know what to do with myself. Fuck you for that.
He just kind of musses the top of his hair a little bit.
Mm.
Oh no, what shall I do? I'm loved. How will I ever survive?
Genuinely how I'm feeling right now, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Fuck.
Hmm.
Now what?
Hmm. Oh. I don't know. On one hand, we could go back to gardening. On the other,
On the other?
We could get tea.
I would turn down that offer. Tea would be fucking amazing right now.
Hmm. Yes. Let's do that. I think by now there are plenty of nice blends in the kitchen, and I think I have one from Yura on me.
Mm.
Emergency tea supply.
You never know when you might need it.
Hmm. Yes, I think a
Like,
hot drink
when.
would be nice.
Yeah. I think Azumi will pull back, I
Mm-hmm.
believe, only to just let themselves go get tea.
Yeah.
See him kind of scrubbing at his face really quickly. He's not crying, he's not.
Yeah, yeah. He'll absolutely give him a second to compose himself. Uh,
After a bit, he will follow Professor back inside.
yeah. They'll have some nice tea.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually get back to the garden, but who knows?
Yeah, for real.
it's it's been a day.
And all they did was dig up the earth.
Yep.
That's it. Nothing emotional happening here.
they just they just needed a break because it's so taxing just digging a perimeter around a patch of grass.
We can say that happens off screen. Is this good? Is this good?
Yeah. uh. oh. oh boy. This was wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for playing with me.
yes, thank you for playing with me. Ah, this has been coming. This has been coming for a while. Longer than even these two characters realize.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for real.
oh, man. All right. Well, for the recording, that will do it for us. We thank our listeners, present and future, and we will bid you all a good time zone. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.